What's up, guys? Coming here with a reaction video right now, and I'm about to react to a video from the channel Wrestle Chronicle, and it's titled "The Last Five Battles AJ Styles Must Have." And I think this video is gonna touch on AJ Styles' career, cause in the matches that he need to have before he retires, cause he's like right now he's 48 years old, but next year he turns like 49, and that I feel like that'll be his last, like that'll be his retirement tour. Like John having his retirement tour right this year, AJ gonna have his retirement tour next year. So until he turned 50, because he said in an interview with Chris Van Fleet that when he turned 50 he's retiring, he hanging up the boots, man. So Wrestle Chronicle gonna touch on the 5 matches he need to have before he retires. So let's get into the video. Y'all should start the Wrestle Chronicle if y'all want to, but let me stop talking. Let's get into the video we discussing about.
He's running out of time. After nearly 3 decades of redefining what it means to be phenomenal, AJ Styles is nearing the end. But before he hangs up his gloves for good, there's a burning question every fan needs answered. Who are the final 5 opponents that must face AJ Styles before the legend retires? You're about to find out which WWE superstars could write the final chapter in one of the greatest careers wrestling has ever seen, and why each match could be historic, emotional, and potentially career-defining for the other guy. But one of them might just be the man who retires AJ Styles. AJ Styles has publicly admitted that the finish line is in sight. After over 27 years of sacrificing his body, his time, and his family life for professional wrestling, Styles says retirement isn't a question of if, but when. He signed a 1-year WWE extension. That's it. No long-term deal. No AEW jump. And no guarantees after 2025. So with the clock ticking, we break down the 5 opponents AJ Styles must face before his final match, starting with a man he once refused to even acknowledge. The story writes itself. In 2020, CM Punk publicly criticized AJ Styles for staying silent on social justice issues. Styles responded bluntly, saying he had zero respect for Punk and didn't care to give him any energy. The tension was very real. And when Punk returned to WWE in 2023 after his explosive AEW exit, many expected a backstage explosion. Instead, we got a slow-burning thaw. By mid-2020,
What y'all think about this? Like this match between CM Punk versus AJ. Would y'all want to see it? Cause I feel like that'd be a great match right there. They how they can build it up with how they talk on the mic and stuff like that, and they could bring up some of the issues they had with each other in the past and stuff like that. But to make the match and feud feel more like realistic, and stuff like that, because they had issues in the past with Wrestle Chronicle touching on. So if they could do that, I feel like they'll put on a great match together. It can happen at on a SummerSlam, or shoot it can happen at one of these other different PLEs. So whenever I'll be down for it if WWE does it, and AJ Styles' final run. When it's time for him to hang it up. So I'm looking forward. If they do it, I'll be looking forward to this match. How about y'all?
Styles admitted he had misjudged Punk. And by June 2025, they shared the ring in a triple threat match on Raw. But let's be clear, that was just a taste. These are 2 icons from different schools of wrestling. Styles, the high-flying innovator who mastered Japan, TNA, and WWE. Punk, the straight-edge rebel who tore through ROH and walked out of WWE only to become more famous after leaving. They've faced each other before, 20 years ago in Ring of Honor. But both are older, both are wiser, and both know that a one-on-one match on a WWE stage could steal the year, or even become the final chapter in either man's story. It's not just overdue, it's inevitable. AJ Styles made his WWE debut in 2016, and the very first man he locked eyes with was Roman Reigns. Back then, Roman was the big dog, a babyface being rejected by the fans. Styles, fresh off his legendary run in New Japan, was embraced like a returning hero. Their feud
This will be another tough match for you again. If y'all haven't seen the two matches they had back in 2016, man, y'all need to go check them out for the WWE Championship. Those matches were fire, man. Especially the Extreme Rules one. That matches like that was fire, bro. It's like, and it really like really made Vince McMahon find out what AJ Styles was really like and stuff like that, and WWE as a whole, because they wasn't really feeling AJ Styles, especially Vince, until he saw the matches against Roman and stuff like that. And when he really saw how AJ is. So yeah, man, I'll be down if they run it back, but I don't know, cause Roman be, because he put on a part-time schedule and stuff, and he gonna be doing movies here and there. I don't know when they might try to do it, but I'll be looking forward to this matchup too. Him and Roman to go swing it back at each other again.
That spring for the WWE Championship was electric. Styles made Roman look like a main eventer at a time when fans wanted nothing to do with him. Now, the roles have reversed. Roman Reigns is the most dominant champion of the modern era, the tribal chief. And AJ? The aging veteran still capable of pulling out something magical, if he has the right dance partner. They've never had a proper one-on-one program since that first feud. But in 2025, with Styles staring down retirement, this match isn't just a callback. It's a chance to complete the circle. What began at the Royal Rumble in 2016 could end on the grandest stage of them all. If you think one of these dream matches could headline WrestleMania, let us know in the comments. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We've got more shocking wrestling news coming all week long. Let's talk legacy. AJ Styles has inspired an entire generation of wrestlers, from Will Ospreay in AEW to top prospects in WWE's own backyard. But if there's one young star on the current roster who feels like AJ reborn, it's Javon Evans. Evans is a breakout star in NXT. High-flying, fearless, inventive, just like AJ Styles was in the early 2000s with TNA's X Division. Evans flips off ropes, uses his environment, and defies gravity, not just to show off, but to redefine wrestling itself. Sound familiar? A match between these two wouldn't just be student versus master. It would be past versus future. Styles could pass the torch in a way that feels earned. No gimmicks, no cheap heat, just pure wrestling. It would be watching 2000.
This will be another tough matchup. You got the old versus the new. This would be a high flying matchup, bro. Either AJ will have to go to NXT or Javar, if he get called up to Raw or something, would have to face AJ for, like, man, say for instance if it was for the IC title, bro. That joint would hit, man. That would be one of the best matches on Raw if they went that route. But man, I I'll be down for Javon versus AJ. That'd be another great match. I wonder how y'all feel. Would y'all want to see Javon Evans versus AJ Styles? Cause man, I see potential in that match. That's a little dream match right there too.
2004 AJ Styles face-off with 2025 AJ Styles. And if Javon Evans can hold his own, or even beat the Phenomenal One, we might be looking at WWE's next top star. Let's get nostalgic for a moment. Back when TNA was lighting up Thursday nights, AJ Styles was the guy, and right alongside him, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley, the Motor City Machine Guns. Fast forward to 2024, all three men are now in WWE. Styles is winding down. Shelley and Sabin are still tagging. And there's never been a better time for one last run-in between these former rivals. These three helped define an era of wrestling that most WWE fans never fully got to see. But with the TNA/WWE working relationship now in place, and the MCMG officially on the roster, the stars have finally aligned. Imagine this. AJ Styles versus Alex Shelley. AJ Styles versus Chris Sabin. Or better yet, Styles teams up with a partner, maybe even Bobby Roode for the full TNA throwback, and takes on the Guns in one final tag team war. This isn't just about nostalgia. It's about honoring a forgotten chapter of wrestling history.
That would be cool.
A chapter that deserves to be revisited before Styles had a career. Let WWE bring the Impact Zone to Monday Night Raw, just for one night. Let's end with the final opponent. The man who should retire AJ Styles. Gunther, the ring general. This isn't fantasy booking. It's strategic storytelling. Gunther has quietly become WWE's most dominant force. He ended Goldberg's career, dismantled JUSO, and held the Intercontinental title longer than anyone in history. But what makes him perfect for AJ Styles' final match? Contrast. Gunther is power, precision, and brutality. Styles is agility, resilience, and flair. Their styles, pun intended, shouldn't mesh, and that's why they'd be magic in the ring. They've faced each other only on house shows. Never on TV, never on pay-per-view, and never when it mattered. Let it matter. Make Gunther the final boss in AJ's last WWE chapter. Let the world watch as Styles throws every last phenomenal forearm, clash, and calf crusher he has left, and comes up just short. It wouldn't be sad. It would be perfect, because every legend needs a final battle. And Gunther? He's the type of opponent that makes retirement feel like destiny. AJ Styles doesn't need a retirement tour filled with soft matches and nostalgia acts. He needs challenges. He needs fire. He needs the kind of opponents that force greatness out of him one last time. From real-life grudges with CM Punk, to emotional full-circle moments with Roman Reigns, to passing the torch to a G. Evans, to closing a forgotten chapter with the Motor City Machine Guns, to finally falling to a new god in Gunther. These are the matches that will define AJ Styles' legacy, not just as a WWE superstar, but as one of the most complete wrestlers of all time. Which of these dream matches do you want to see most? Drop your pick in the comments. Then hit subscribe so you never miss another story from the wild world of WWE. Because one thing's for sure, AJ Styles may be nearing the end, but his final chapter could be the most phenomenal yet.
Hey man, shout out Wrestle Chronicle, man, for that cool video, man, about the last 5 battles on AJ Styles might need to have before he retires, you know. And he said, I'll be cool. I'll be down for that Gunther versus AJ Styles match too, man, because that's a dream match too in itself. I heard at some live events when they've been facing each other, the matches have been good and stuff. But it would be nice to see it on TV too, man. And if Gunther be the one, the last one to end AJ Styles' career, that'll be cool. That'll be cool because Gunther just retired Goldberg. So yeah, Gunther could be a great opponent because Gunther put on great matches, so he'll be a great opponent for AJ if he retires AJ, you know. But the dream match I would look forward to is him versus Punk, bro. I really want to see them go at it for like if Punk becomes champion, I would love to see him and AJ go at it for that title, you know. That'll be dope, bro. That'll be fire, man. At a Mania or a SummerSlam, or or they could or do a little PL or like a little PLE at like a payback like no like bad like say for instance like Money in the Bank or something or like Clash in the Paris something like that, you know. It'll be a dope. That'll be a fire match, man. So y'all tell me down below in the comments like how do y'all feel about these 5 matchups that Wrestle Chronicle discussed? Dude, would y'all be down for like doing what dream match would y'all want to see out of these 5 that he's talked about? I feel like the underrated one would be him versus Javon Evans. That one would be a tough matchup for like say for instance for like a mid card title that or like say for instance if AJ would have went for NXT to face Javon that'll be dope, bro. That'll be dope, man. I'll be looking forward for that one. But anyways, thanks for y'all for watching. G Man out.